Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. But today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. On the visitor sideline, there's Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. Across from him, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. Jones breaking from the contact. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when he came out of college, we all knew he had a chance to be one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He got there in short fashion and elevates everyone around him. Look at him passing last year with nearly 5,000 yards and had 43 touchdown passes. He's hoping to get his team back to the playoffs after falling just short a season ago.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Option play. Here's a give to Brown. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Now it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. So on 4th down, Ryan Rico on to punt for the Bengals. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a player is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
To throw is Watson. His throw incomplete. Logan Wilson right there to knock that ball away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Good for 8. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the ground, it's Ford. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and 10.
Again, they turn to Ford. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Back to throw, Watson. Open man downfield is Johnson. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Ford diving for the end zone, and he is in. A touchdown. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end and come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Open man is Yoshivas. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Bengals.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
To Chase Brown. It's a gain of 10. And the Bengals first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
On the play. First down, Cincinnati.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Brown with his stick skills. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. And that one complete once again to Higgins. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
To the air again, Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Brown will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a third effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a 4th.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll get it up up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so. They will start this drive with 4. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And he goes out right around the 39. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up second down at the 39-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
At the 48-yard line.
Here's Watson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Watson. Here's Johnson with a reception. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Escapes the sack, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 16.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime
Our
report.
trip through the NFL starts now. We begin with the reigning, defending Super Bowl champs, the Eagles, at home to take on the Cowboys in the NFC East. And it's the Eagles' defense that comes up with the big play here. They come up with the key interception here, one of 2 for them in the game. The Eagles begin their title defense with a victory in the season opener. From there, it's down to the Big Easy in New Orleans. We'll check in on the Saints as they play host to the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the big man, James Conner. Lastly, we go to Indianapolis. It's the Colts taking on the Miami Dolphins. And here it's Tua looking for and finding his favorite target, Tyreek Hill. 23 yards, what a throw for the touchdown. This one's gone to halftime with the Dolphins with the lead at the half. With that, a look at the scores from a wild first week of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, our game has lived up to the hype. Just a field goal separates these two teams. 10-7 your score as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half They didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now Watson. This will be caught. Judy. And they work this route upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's good. 4A.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up the first down.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Fighting to stay upright. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 35 will be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
31-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. This is Ford. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Watson now to throw. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
A gain of 12 on the play. It's now 3rd and 7.
Now it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Burrow. He's got Higgins over the middle. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
13 yards on the pickup. Brings up second down at the 35.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. An inside give, Brown. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles as we just saw on that pickup.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Burrow looking to pass. Complete to Jones. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
At the Browns' 18-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown.
Well, as far as plays go, there's nothing to write home about on that one because that one gets some negative yardage. But if you do want to find a positive, he found a way to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Over the middle, complete. It's Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Throwing, Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. To throw, Burrow. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
McPherson on for the point after. And this puts them on top by a penny. It's 14-13. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So now it's Watson and the Browns, trailing 14-13, 44 seconds to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, but instead a handoff up the middle. Oh, it still won't go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Completes to Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Number 3, Jerry Jeudy. A 3-yard pickup.
And now down to 14 as he spikes it to stop the clock.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. He's going to go for it all.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Watson to throw. This for all the marbles.
And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Bengals,